So we claim we got 100% battery charge today, which will be really nice. Yeah, I'm in the combine. We're going to go ahead and start picking corn for real today. We have a corn thief. Yes, a corn thief. You know, these people don't ever leave me alone out here in New Jersey. It's ridiculous. It's really flat out ridiculous that you can get people that think it's okay to steal your stuff. Got an idea who it is? It's not just here in New Jersey. I was watching Farmer MD. He's down in Maryland, and he's got somebody that cut donuts in his soybean field, and they really did a bang up job, and he found out who it was pretty quickly. Teenagers, you know, they had a wicked party, and them dumbasses went and put it on social media, and, you know, there you go. For me, this is somebody that's probably picking it either for sale at their job, or they're using it for deer hunting. If they're using it for deer hunting, I'm probably going to find out at some point in the next day or two where the deer stand is, because let's face it, some of these people really aren't that bright. And they will just pick corn at one spot and put it at another. So, but anyway, I'll see you in the field, and I'll show you where it's, I think I'll show you where it's at. I'm not sure. I know where it's at. My parents discovered it. They pulled the ears off, left the husk on the stalk. I'll show you. I know where it's at. Alright, so I'm into it now. We's a picking corn. I know, I was watching Eastern Shore farmer pick corn with his deer. One thing I've learned about this thing so far is if you go too slow, it will throw corn out the back, believe it or not. And if you hold on to your camera, you will not steer correctly. But anyway, yeah, this corn is averaging somewhere in the 160 range. Right now it is anyway. I wasn't as happy with this as I was the first that I did. The first corn that I did was, oh, there's my 3/4 bin full, and that'll do it for this load. The other day on the test run I was over 250 bushels. Well, this is very droughty ground that needs a lot of work, and I've made hay on it for a lot of years, but I made hay on it for a lot of years. But there it is, 23% moisture right now, 3/4 full. I'm going to shut that off, let that thing finish filling out. Yeah, let me see, let me get my performance calculator there. I have done 5,192 bushels of dry corn today. That's what it is, 22.3 moisture, which is where it is. I did that calibration. 155 bushels to the acre of dry, 169 bushels to the acre wet, 2,208 bushels an hour. That's all I'm doing because, well, I could have 200 bushel corn or 300 bushel corn. I'd be doing, you know, 4,000 bushels an hour, but we're not doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this last go round into this truck here, and then I'm going to go probably just, I was going to pick it full, and I decided to not do that, I guess. I don't know. If I start with an empty combine tomorrow, then will that give me time to dry? It won't really matter. But anyways, I have picked over 5,000 bushels of dry corn, which I'm quite pleased with. Just learning the machine right now, that's all. Now let's get this thing centered up over there. The sample is pretty clean. I gotta say, you can. The nice thing about this combine is you can literally control everything from inside this cab. There's no need to get out and do much adjustment. And I've got no stalk material or cob material in there. Oh. I'll just do that. You can watch that corn go down, and you'll see very little cob material, very little anything in there. A few little tips and stuff, and I can probably get those out in the could probably get those out with the a little more fine adjustment. But I'm new to this combine, and that's that. So anyways, my dad's calling, so I'm going to answer that. What? Better be initializing. Alright, so here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Just got to steer it correctly. I don't have it set up to do auto height and leveling. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old school for that. 12 rows, running 4.5 miles an hour. You want to see what it looks like coming in the back there? That's what it looks like coming in the back. Nothing going through the rethrasher. Yield loss is minimal, not even close. I got it dialed in pretty good now. You see nothing back there, no tips or cob or anything. Everything's good. And yeah, we're running wet bushels. Let's see. Yeah, let me look here. Run 3. We're doing quite well, actually. We're in that 180, 200 bushel range right now. Let's see what we got there. No, that ain't gonna help us. Let me do that. Let me go to my performance there. And you can see 22.4 moisture. It's a little lower than that. I've got it set up high for some reason. 177 bushel average in wet. Yield average dry 162 so far on this farm. That is a phenomenal yield for this farm. This is very shallow soil, droughty, dry ground. Been neglected for a long time. I made hay on here for 10 years at least. I had beans on it 1 year, but pH was terrible. Organic matter terrible. I've been adding to it for the last couple of years, and I'm quite happy with the way it's averaging now. I mean, it's doing very well. So yeah, I have it a little bit heavier than what it was, but 163 bushels to the acre, it's not a bad average for this at all. Not a bad average at all. It's actually a little bit higher than that because the corn is technically closer to 19%. That's what the yield or the moisture tester tells me at the farm. So let me put this down here. Hold on here so you can do this. Maybe I can help you out. Oh my God, Wesley! I should have took that liner, but no. Come on. Don't want to lose that ear, and I didn't. Look at that. Oh, I just lost those ears. Why is that thing like that? If you want to see how not to enter corn rows, that's it. Of course, I'm still getting used to the combine. There's a bad spot. Droughty spot. Alright, so we're not having a particularly early start today, but it is 7:30. I haven't been getting home until late. Getting up, well, I edited a video this morning, so that took me an hour and a half or 2 hours. I don't do a superb job of editing, but I do edit my own stuff. But not like a lot of people. My videos have not changed in the last 15 years. You know, pretty much the same editing styles. You know, I'm just not into the highly produced videos, but that's just the way I am. I don't have time, and I don't really feel that, I don't know, I'm sure if I did that, I would just be like everybody else, a cookie cutter, you know, paying somebody to edit their videos. Nah, just do it myself. The money that I make off of YouTube ain't great, but it's good enough to make me happy. And yeah, I've had a pretty good YouTube career, and I got you people here to thank for that. Thank you very much if you're here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And yeah, we've had our first frost. Now, if you don't know anything about frost and corn and soybeans, when you get a frost, like a real killing frost, that pretty much ends the growing season right then and there. Done. There's nothing more you're going to get out of those plants if they're not already drying down. Now, everything that we have, with the exception of one farm, is done. Well, I shouldn't say that. I planted corn, and I didn't advertise this, but I planted corn on the 5th of July. We took wheat off, and I had made up my mind that if I hadn't gotten that wheat off by the 5th of July, I was not going to plant corn. It is just too late to plant corn here in New Jersey on the 5th of July. Well, it was a 97-day variety. I planted it, and it made it. Believe it or not, it made it. So I'm pretty thrilled with that fact that I was able to get corn in the ground on July 5th, and it makes it. The stalks were just starting to turn. The husks were loosening up. They were browning and loosening up on the ear. So success. Is that going to happen every year? No, not at all. It could be next year I do that and it's green as grass next year. Now, what'll happen is the test weight more than likely will be a little bit lighter. The kernel depth is going to be a little bit more shallow, but it is a marketable product. I mean, it'll be fine. And I'm going to show people in the test. Now, with soybeans, if soybeans are green and growing and they get frosted, the whole top third of the plant, in my experience with this, will fall off. Pods and all, just right to the ground, fall off. Damn, that's bright. Damn, that's bright. Don't rear end me. I gotta wash my damn windows. Yeah, once I get out of there, I gotta wash my windows. To do what we're doing here, I really wanted to move everything out away from there, but it didn't work out. It was too expensive. Didn't have the money at the time. And you know, when you don't have money, you don't do things. You don't just go broke. You don't just spend money that you don't have in hopes that you're going to have a crop that you can sell. So that's just my theories. I'm not saying don't borrow money. I'm just saying borrow as little as you possibly can. And yeah, that's that. We just started here. Not really too full into it. But there's a pile in there. It is up. So by the end of the day, all those doors hopefully will be in, and that'll be that. Yeah. Oh, somebody's calling. This works pretty good. Gonna be a bit tight with a tractor on that unload over there. I might have to figure something else out for that. I don't have anything running in the bin right now, but I am up into the second band. That's pretty cool though. I told the boys, I said, you know, don't ever step foot down in there. We had it full to the top the other day before yesterday, and it holds around between 18 and 2,000 bushel, 1,800 and 2,000 bushels. You can really push it, you can get 2,000 in there. But as tempting as it is to get in there and push that stuff to the sides instead of climbing back down and shutting it off and waiting for a few minutes for the dryer to catch up, if you were to get in there on the top with that stuff on top of you and the draw from that auger going into that dryer, it would suck you down so fast you wouldn't have a chance to get out of there. So I've forbidden anybody to be up here that could possibly, you know, you just get killed. Nobody wants to get killed, right? It's just not something we want to have happen. So stay out of there. The dryer, that's a nice column of smoke. Yeah, so they're gonna come and top me off with propane today. Soybeans got frosted. You can see where the deer damage is. So if you look down there in that brown color, the deer didn't bother that. You get into the next field, the top part of the field is brown color, the deer didn't touch that. Everything out there, with the exception of that far corner, deer didn't touch it. Those deer hang in the field, in the woods between my parents' house and this field, and you just can't control them no matter what you do. They're assholes. So we deal with that. But anyways, this is my view. That fog bank that's there, that is the Delaware River. Yes, the same Delaware River that George Washington crossed down there about 30 miles. So, yeah. Yep. That's it. Beautiful fall colors here in New Jersey. If you enjoy the view, well, I have my whole 51 years. My house, you look out there, there's a rooftop of a building. My house lies to the right of that. So I live over there. I don't live on the farm. And the farm that I'm buying, that's 6.5 miles that way. So I farm it, so you'll see. Back and forth. Getting kind of excited about that. As this corn comes off and we get things settled in and the corn goes out, we should be good to buy that by the end of, well, at the beginning of the year, I suppose that's when that'll all take place. Yay!